Alright, this is a 1983 Mercedes 300 ST, and overall it's a pretty solid car, but like all older cars, it needs a little TLC and a little bit of maintenance. And what we're working on today is to go ahead and then swap out the front shocks. And we've gone ahead and done one side already, and we're going to go ahead and then do the other side right now. And these cars are beautiful to work on because there are only 3 connections. We'll walk over here, and the only steps you have are to go ahead and to remove the front wheel, which we've already done, and on the top there's a strut mount on the top, but it's very simple. It's just a rubber bushing with metal on each side, and there was a lock nut which I've removed, and then when I go ahead and remove this nut, it'll drop down to the bottom. And the only items connecting it on the bottom are 2 bolts right here. One of them is where I'm pointing with my right finger, and there's another one right behind it. And these are 12.10 millimeter bolts, so you'll need a 12 millimeter socket to remove them. Now if you'll follow me closely, I'll go ahead and then remove the top, and then we'll hit the bottom. So we'll go ahead and set this one here, and we'll remove this. This is an electric impact wrench. This particular one came from Northern Tool, and they're not expensive. They're $50 to $100, and these are worth their weight in gold. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll try to remove this one. Okay. Blast that off, and that nut comes off like butter with one of these, and this is fantastic. So we'll set this down here, and this type of repair, a mechanic will usually charge you about an hour for each side, and as you can see, it's nowhere near that. Now, to remove the bolts on the bottom, you just see here, not much to it. Takes a little effort to get the first one turned. Now, I'm going to go ahead, remove this one on the bottom, and then after removing this bolt, we're going to need to access the other side. So we just put that one over there to reconnect later. All we have to do is pull this down slightly. Doesn't take much effort, takes a little, and then pull this in this direction to give us access to the other side. Now, we squeeze in here, and okay, this one's coming loose. And like I say, you can take this in, and a place like Tuffy, Meineke will happily replace this set for $200 to $400 for the front pair. But you can get these for anywhere from $35 to $75 a piece. This particular pair is Chinese, so I don't know if we're doing something wrong putting Chinese parts in a German car, but we're on a tight budget, so that's what we're going to do. And it's just as simple as taking this new part. We get a little bit of hardware in here, and we have our new strut, and all we have to do is set this in here, and then we're going to go ahead and start by reconnecting the bottom bolts here. So we have one here, and the other one should be nearby. We'll put this one in for now. We've got that one. And then the other one is right here. So we go ahead and then get this one started as well. So set this one in here. Nothing complicated about it, just 2 on the bottom. And then we go ahead, get them tightened up. And the beauty of this setup is that we do not need to remove the springs to change the shocks. On most newer cars, it's quite an ordeal because the front springs have to be removed in order to replace the shocks. So all we do now is give this a little push in. And if you look in here, you can see that it guides right back up into the top. And then we'll go ahead, connect the bottom one here. Get that one well secured. And the rest of the hardware we're going to go ahead and put in just a couple of minutes. All we have to do right here is to raise this jack. And I normally put a safety jack in here, but for the purposes of this video we've left it out, but it's normally a good idea to go ahead and take that extra step. And then we squeeze this in here. We go ahead and slide the Mercedes wheel and tire back on. Line these up. Okay, we've got those secured. Okay. Sometimes the easiest steps are the toughest. But we got the first one in, and then once we get the rest of them in, all goes pretty quickly. Okay, push that in there. A couple twists. And like we said, the impact wrench is worth its weight in gold, and it really speeds up the process. All we really want to make sure to do is to get these started in by hand to protect the threads. We'll get those started. And from here, just set that one in there. Okay, and we'll that one. All right, and the only